the first event that we did, that ceremony, like opening ceremony event, there was like a lot of people. Like we really weren't expecting.
Welcome to Metaverse Degen. I'm Lion.
I'm Old Man Raptor, and we got two guests today, folks. And they are, and we're going to start from the left, going to the right. No offense. Ladies usually go first. But, that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. There you go.
Hello, I'm Stellar, the co-founder of Creative Impressions.
And I'm Wisteria, the other co-founder of Creative Impressions.
Oh, well, thank you both
Ooh.
for coming on.
Oh,
It's an
yes.
honor to have you both
Yeah,
on.
it's really a great honor. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so we'll start with the meat and potatoes of the conversation. What are you known for? How'd you get started? And what got you both into VRChat?
Which one of those do you want to start with?
Here we go. We're going to have a great time.
Let's start with you while the camera's on you.
Yeah, sure. I guess we can start with why we're playing VRChat. I mean, I got suggested by a friend to join the game, and funny enough, that friend knew him, and we ended up meeting through learning sign language, and we're actually partners, so things kind of went from there. But I've been playing for I think about almost 3 years now, I think.
Oh, wow.
And I've fallen in love with so much of the different worlds and artists and creators in the world, or in like the VRChat community, and that's kind of how what sparked Creative Impressions as a community. I don't want to take up all of the camera time though.
Yeah, I started playing VRChat in like the end of 2020, whenever the Quest 2 had originally came out, and I just been kind of doing my own thing here and there, and then I started learning sign language, just like her, and yeah, here we are, just kind of the same story that she had, and I'm a photographer, both real life and in VR, so I think the photography side is was a good addition to our sort of, I guess, goal with our community. So
Yeah, our community is right now known for trying to bring those artists together into one place, networking, getting to know people, really creating a safe space for these people. I've noticed throughout my time that there are a lot of different little art communities here and there, but I feel like none of them focused on the actual like friendship aspect between artists, and that's kind of what I really wanted to create with Creative Impressions.
Oh,
Okay.
well,
I got a question, unless you want me to beat me to it. What got you both into doing sign language? Because it's not an easy art. It takes practice, and if you have, knowing that you are partners, you can at least work together. If you're by yourself, I know most people. I had a friend that was signed. She was actually partially deaf, but she could still, and everything else. She tried to get me, and I got completely lost. Nothing new, being me. But what got you in to start signing and stuff like that? That's got my curious there big time.
my story is kind of long there, so if you wanna
yeah,
go yours first.
Mine's a little bit shorter. The friend that introduced me to this game had a lot of social anxiety, similar to me when I first started, and it helped him a lot with meeting new people and communicating because it was a way to talk without actually talking. And it was one of the easier languages to learn for me, so it just kind of went from there. But like he said, his story is so much more in depth than mine.
Yeah, back when I started playing, and like I said, the end of 2020, I also have social anxiety, so like I didn't want to talk to anybody, and of course like I went to the popular public worlds like Black Cat and Midnight Rooftop and stuff like that, and there was just like so many people. It was like I didn't want to talk at all whatsoever. So I was like using those like avatar pens and mute boards with like the alphabet and stuff like that on there. And then there was somebody I'd met, and they're like, "Hey, like you're also a muted player. Like, you want to meet my friend?" And he introduced me to somebody uh, who immediately started signing to me, and I'm like, I don't know what the heck you're saying. Like, and then they're like, oh, you should try out sign language, and I'm like, I'll think about it. Like, it's not really anything on my radar. A couple months later, I was playing again. I'm like, I'm just gonna check it out. And I searched up ASL, and then I saw a world that a bunch of people were in, and it just kind of went from there. It was kind of just I guess it just kind of grasped me. I don't know how to explain it, but I kind of fell in love with it since then.
Wow.
Okay. Nice. All right. Yeah.
Thank you for answering. Now, another question I have is, what is Creative Impressions and what got it started?
Yeah, Creative Impressions, kind of like I said a little bit before, is a community focused on bringing artists together, making friends, making connections, and hopefully along the way helping those friends and connections meet their clients as well. Um, we're a very social based community, and our main goal is to help inspire those artists that have joined. We actually have a wall in this room that you're seeing here that's dedicated to our contest winners that we do in our community. We're still very small, but we still try and inspire people as much as we can with what we've got going right now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. With that one, what
Hold
kind
on.
of artistry? What? Okay, my
What got it
bad.
started?
Yeah.
The whole
Okay.
like
There you go.
what was the
Oh.
beginning of
Makes
everything?
sense. Yeah. My
Yeah.
bad.
I think that one's a bit of a messy story, to be honest.
I mean, like, we were just like trying to find any kind of, well, I mean, you more than me, but we were just trying to find like any sort of artist community. And a lot of what you had found was that like a lot of the artist community seemed not too active, right? And it was just kind of seen as like, I guess, like a really small niche part of VRChat, and we wanted to like just kind of, like you said, like just kind of bring together people and be inclusive and all that stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a big part of it was I was very new to the community aspect of VRChat. He kind of helped bring me into it a little bit. But there's a lot of the culture of, communities dying and rebuilding and whatnot. And we had gotten caught up in some of that prior. And it encouraged me to really try and look around and find a community that was going to be tight knit and friendly and welcoming and warm. And there are a ton of artists alone in VRChat that I've seen scattered throughout. I just haven't seemed to find a community that's as like friendly and social as I was hoping. Um, Not to try and downplay any other communities at all, by any means, but that was what really drove us to try and create Creative Impressions.
Hmm.
Now, okay. Now, what type of artistries are you talking about? There's so many in here that me and Line have met, and I mean, there's tons. Is it an open field, or is it just a certain place that you are certain, like, so just painters or just guitars, whatever, musics? What's the main field or is it an open area?
Oh
Yeah,
man, we
I'm.
should have had a car in here for his spiel.
Yeah,
He's a
no,
friend of ours. Yeah.
we're completely open field right now. But like he was saying, we have another staff member named Akara, and we had a baker join our community. She's a friend of ours, and he fought tooth and nail to get her a baker role and everything in our server. It was really funny. But no, we're welcome to any and all types of artwork. We're not trying to discriminate. While we may focus more on illustrative or 3D modeling or like world building or whatever, the goal is always to be welcoming to all kinds of art.
Whoa, wait a minute, a baker? Wow, the only thing that comes to mind if you're putting something like that, hey, I got recipes, want to swap? Want to swap? That's
Oh,
don't get me wrong, you can bake in here, but if if you got it like on your Discord or something like that, it'd be swapping recipes. I got a bitchin' roast. You got roast recipe you got to try, and everything else. And oh yeah, I got a dessert, and then man right there just take off and go ape shit. And I could see that. But that'd be different. I just that'd be cool. I like food. Shit. Okay, back to you.
so what was some of the early days of Create Impressions like, and how did you evolve over time?
Well, we started off very slow.
It was very slow.
We really tried to focus on putting up a good foundation for our community. We wanted our community to start off strong and healthy and have good communication and whatnot with everything, the inner workings. And so we didn't go super hard out the gate when we opened our doors. We really tried focusing on maintaining that solid foundation. And we started back in March, I believe,
I think it
of
was
this year.
March, but we also
Yeah.
like we also took, what was it, like a year or something like that to think about it and really like kind of establish stuff. So it was really, really slow in the beginning there. But yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, now I think we have like 200 members in our group and 120 something in our server.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
oh wow!
Very nice. Very
Congratulations.
nice.
So
No doubt.
Thank you.
in
Thank you.
in the beginning, did you guys run any kind of events, or are you just kind of running like a Discord server community or VRChat community? What kinds of things were you doing in the beginning? What other things did you do over the course of the life of the group?
Yeah, it definitely started off as just a hangout. We had a lot of hangout events where, we would come into our Homeworld and just hang out, chill out, whatever. But as we started to grow and had more artists join our community, that was when I started my art studio event where I take people to our own custom-made studio world with canvases, and I'll sometimes give a prompt for our people to inspire them to draw something. But it's just a very calm hangout where we draw on the canvases and then showcase our artwork. And then not too long after that is when his event came up.
Yeah, since I'm a photographer and there's a bunch of other photographers in the community, I wanted an event uh related to that, and I made like a world hop slash, like, I guess, photo shoot kind of event. Uh, we just kind of go to different worlds and take some cool pictures together, and it's very chill. It's sort of a hangout, I guess, too, if you can consider that as well. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh,
I got one for mine. Since you both doing what you do in here, has it helped you in the real world too? Saying you said at the beginning that anxiety was an issue. Do you have better out in the real world knowing what you do in here? Did it help?
I can't speak for him, but I can definitely speak for myself. I like if I tried to do an interview like this when I first started playing VRChat, I would be such a nervous wreck. I don't think I'd be able to get through it. But I've had so many friends and I've met so many friends and people and I've done so much in VR so far that it has really helped with my anxiety, both in VR and in the real world.
Yeah, kind of sort of the same way. For my job, I kind of have to talk to people, so kind of have to learn how to be a people person, I guess. But I will say, yeah, this game has really helped me with a lot of my social anxiety for sure, and it's especially helped me with my job, like intern, So
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
since running the group, has your interactions with the group helped you with your own art as well?
I'm sorry, could you elaborate?
Oh, sorry. With has the group or your interaction with the group affected or helped your own art that you do yourselves, like
Oh,
photography or drawing or whatever it is you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, for me, you're kind of standing in it here. I started making worlds like at the beginning of this community, and I had no prior experience to it. I was just kind of jumping in blind, and the first iteration of this homeworld that I made for this community was subpar at best, I think. But I think I've come a long way with it just from the passion towards my community and making and giving back, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's seeing everyone else's like photos and stuff, and what kind of angles and like different compositions and stuff that they are like trying out and stuff like that. Like it's definitely allowed me to see different perspectives, I guess, on like a creative process with photography. So yes, definitely helped me out for sure.
Okay. Oh,
Nice.
so a question for the both of you within your own arts for photography and world building. What were some of your earliest works, and how did you go to improve on what you do, Mask? That's world building or photography.
Well, I have a lot more to it than he does, so I'll let you go first.
Uh, like you're kind of are you asking like comparison from whenever you
Well,
started to now, or
no, well, kind of like what were some of your early works like, and how did you improve over time, like within your own art specifically?
oh,
That
gotcha.
makes sense.
Okay. Uh,
How do they evolve? I guess is another
yeah.
way.
I mean, I guess I kind of started. I guess I kind of started both real life photography and VRChat photography sort of at the same time. So I was just kind of like experimenting and like using, the VRC lens asset and stuff like that to kind of see what works. And I will say that some of the past photos I've taken, I'm just like, I could have done better. But I mean, that's with anything, right? Like you always can improve and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was just a bunch of basic stuff, like rule of thirds and different composition and stuff. But I mean, now it's like I don't know. Like I don't really know how to explain a comparison to now. I guess I don't know.
Well, I
Wait a
guess
minute, before to ask the question, I think it'd be easier. When you went into photography and stuff like this, because my daughter's into it, are you still life or moving life? There's the difference between it and stuff like this. Some people are better at still life or better at motion, moving, that kind of stuff, or that kind of stuff. I know when you take a picture, it's still life, but there's different sets up and everything else like this. Which one did you improve the more into when you came into
Oh,
VR?
okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, I think I was more improving on like kind of candid shots, I think. And because before I was just like kind of taking pictures of people and like kind of telling them I was. And now it's just I see, I guess I kind of like picture a frame, of like a camera, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of that, and like it turns out great, I think. You know, I think I've improved a lot with that sort of stuff.
Oh, okay. Is that
oh
what you're trying to go after, sir?
yeah,
Was
yeah,
that a
sort of.
general idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, because when you know a little bit about arts and stuff like that, and I do, and everything else like this, so I understand your situations and stuff like this. I've drawn, I've painted, I've taken photographs, all the stuff and everything else like this. And what's great, you two are in the same field if you logically look at it. That's what's so impressive. And you are now partners and stuff like this. It's unreal that you can actually find. It'd be like somebody, it's like somebody that plays guitar and finds somebody that, yeah, I love the sound of music of a guitar, but I love a drummer sound too. So they end up finding somebody they date that plays drums. It's weird how things interlock in a relationship and everything else. But back to them, not me, right?
Yes.
Your situation is an artist situation, the way Lion's talking about and everything else like this, with your painting and everything else, and you use painting this, what you create here, is like a canvas. Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's the way I see it when
I mean,
people do.
yeah, I actually, I'm kind of like a, what is it, jack of all trades kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of different art stuff. I've painted oil paints before. I do a lot of illustration. I do graphic design. I've just recently started 3D modeling and world building and whatnot. And they all interconnect somehow. There is still skills that I've learned in another medium that still carry over to a new medium in some way. And it's kind of hard to pinpoint from where I've started to how I've gotten here because it's just been kind of doing whatever. I can be kind of cliche, like following my heart, what my heart wanted to create, whatever was interesting to me in the moment, whatever inspired me in the moment to get to where I am.
Okay.
Okay. On that note and everything else, this is the question I have because I have this problem and everything else. I can draw, I can paint and everything else. But when it comes to picking up and doing it on computer, I cannot get the brain to kick in gear. How did you deal with it? Because I cannot get those two to line because I'm used to pencil, paper, paint, blah, blah, blah. Now all of a sudden, I'm not going to pick up a pencil and pen and draw on my screen going, yeah, this works. No, it doesn't work that way. Sorry. It doesn't so absorb into the screen knowing they have those, but it doesn't work that way. How'd you push one into the other to get where you're at now?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely started a lot younger. I started digital drawing when I was still in high school.
Okay.
So I think that helped a little bit, not having such a habit of drawing in a physical form, then translating it to digital. But there is definitely still a bit of a learning curve. It takes some time to learn the difference between the smooth screen and the shoot, what's the word?
From paper to screen is what I call it. Paper
Yeah,
to screen.
exactly.
Cool.
But yeah, there's definitely that little bit of a learning curve. But for me personally, I felt digital helped my flow better with drawing because I didn't have to worry so much about the erasing marks that I made on my paper or whatever was left behind if I made a mistake. It was very much more forgiving of a
I got
medium.
you. There's a lot of that.
Okay. So, among all your pieces, what are some of your favorites you've either took pictures of or built or drew? Mask, and why?
Don't you love it when somebody turns around and you're no offense and it's great, we get it all the time, and I'm not ridicule you in any form, even when you're a couple you look at each other going, and we're not a couple, so don't go there, don't even fucking think it, you shit.
There's
But
enough
you look at
memes of
each other
in a friend group out there. I don't need to say anything.
But when you look at the other person and you look at it, you're going, are you going to do it? Are you going to, it's funny. I get a kick out of it. And what's funny, you do it in real life. That's even when you're in a couple situation, you're going down and you're walking in, all of a sudden the person will ask one question. And then when you get older and you have kids, you do the same thing. And then you get your kids doing it. All of a sudden you feel like your little ants running all over the place and don't know where the hell you're going.
No, I just wanted to make sure see if you wanted to go first or not.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just both looked at each other at exactly the same time going, you're going, okay. Tennis? Okay, I'll go get the ball and be right back and get the net. Yeah, because that's where it's going to amount to. Is no offense. Sorry, but that's oh, wow, this is going to be great. Sorry, but go ahead. My bad.
I mean, the first.
No, I'm also self-conscious about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it that way.
No, it's okay.
That's not what I was trying to do.
I guess one of my favorite pictures. I was out with my buddies in Lake Tahoe, California, and there was a bridge that was going over like a really small creek, but there was like a lot of water in it, and there was like a broken piece of wood on the like the what is that, the railings or whatever. And I just decided like I'm just gonna take my camera and like kind of put it really close to the water, kind of aiming up, and it got like a really beautiful like shot of like the trees in the foreground, and like there's a little bit of Mount Rose in the back, and it was really, I was like just shocked. I was like, I'm just gonna try this out and see how it goes, and I was really like kind of, I guess, shocked by it. I don't know.
Oh,
Nice. Nice. Wow.
Yeah, as for me, I don't know. My favorite pieces change very often. I'm creating pretty much all the time, and each new piece I've improved upon since the last. I don't know. I think my favorite most recently has to be the most recent drawing I've done of myself for my like my profile picture and whatnot. It's right now the best display of my skill set
hmm,
as of right now.
okay. So, bringing things back to the group now, what have been some of your favorite moments or memories within Creative Impressions?
I'd have to think, I think. I mean,
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I guess a lot of the first event that we did, that ceremony, like opening ceremony event, there was like a lot of people. Like we really weren't expecting. It was like, what was it, like almost 40? No, it was something like 30 people or something like that showed up, I think. Yeah,
yeah, I
it was
think
a
between
ton
30,
of
40.
people. Yeah, and it was like I really liked that one a lot because just kind of thinking back on it, it was just like the I guess anxiety of it. It was just like, is anybody gonna show up? Like, are we just gonna like, what are we gonna do? Are we just gonna sit here? Like, are we gonna explain everything? And it just like it kind of went really smoothly. Um, and we just kind of hung out and drew on in our old world. We like spray painted on the wall and stuff with everybody, and just kind of talking with people about the group and what to expect and stuff like that. It was just really nice. So
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite in particular. There's so many little small moments at each of our events. We're definitely because a lot of artists are very introverted and very nervous people by nature. We're a very calm and warm group to begin with, so it's not often that we get very crazy. But there have been multiple moments, especially at like PJKT and most recently HorrorCon, where we're wrapping our booths and we're all super hyped about getting other people to join and whatnot. That I've really enjoyed seeing the other people get excited about the community I worked so hard to build with him and whatnot.
okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask a question about the opening ceremony since so something was mentioned. What were you anticipating going into it, and what did you do for the ceremony?
I mean, at least for me, I wasn't expecting very much. I was kind of expecting our close friends to show up, maybe some other distant people that we had met along the way. But
yeah,
I've had some of our friends went really above and beyond with trying to get other people to join and get our name out there, and I can't thank them enough for that.
Mm.
absolutely, yeah. Like it was, I mean, I don't even remember if we had anything like planned out for that. Uh,
It was definitely more casual. I think I just
yeah.
planned on us hanging out and then like maybe drawing like on the wall you said and
Mm,
going and playing some art related games. But other than that, it was supposed to just be a an event that was dedicated to us opening our doors.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah, absolutely.
thank you very much for explaining that. And you mentioned PJKT and HorrorCon. Was PJKT your group's first ever like virtual convention? What was your experience like going into it, and what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, we've been at PJKT before at the previous conventions, but this year's was
Especially
our
you.
first. Yeah, I've had a booth myself the year prior to this one. But for our community at the very least, this was our first year for PJKT, and it was a lot of fun. I We met a ton of people and a lot of other artists, and we had a lot of fun hanging out with the other communities that we were friends with.
Okay.
Yeah, especially the people next to us, because they were like their community is like kind of filled with, most of our friend group. So it's like just kind of sitting right next to them, and the kind of chaos can ensue from there.
It ain't nothing with chaos next to booze. We get that a lot. You see it a lot too. So that's what's great.
Whoa, okay. So, how many different kinds of artists have you seen come through Mask or to join Creative Impressions over time?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we've got like illustrators and photographers, and we have that baker just waiting for another person to come in with the baking as their main thing. Uh, we have video, like, what is it? Filmography? What is it? I can't. It's videography.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a couple of those around. I mean, we have like graphics designers. I think I've seen a couple times.
We've
Yeah.
gotten a ton of photographers as well, which I
Yeah,
was
a
a little
lot
bit
of them.
surprised about.
Oh,
I got one for mine. Okay, the both of you and everything else. If somebody, I've been using this question lately. Somebody first time coming into VR sees what you guys do and everything else like this, and you don't know them from Adam, come up to you and ask you, how can I and what can I do to get what you do? What information do you give them knowing they're newbies walking into VR?
Like to the VR space or art?
Any of it, anything. If they come in and ask you anything, if they ask you, like, okay, I want to get into art or photography or this or that, what can I do to get started? Because I like what you're doing, patting you on the back at the same time and asking, how can I, knowing they're new, they have no idea what it's like out there. What's the advice you would give them when they first come up to you and ask you information or whatever they might be talking about and wanting to know? What's your input to them?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a tough question. It's a good one too. But I think at the very least, I would tell them to start with finding an inspiration. I know,
That's what I was gonna say.
finding something that really inspires you to create, whether it's copying or getting not copying. That sounds bad, but like wanting to do the same thing as someone else in a way. Um, and then just like following that one path, and then maybe branching off in the future. As for like asking how to get started, I think that's kind of what our community has been built for, is that, connection. People absolutely can be free to come in and ask other artists, how did you get started? What programs did you use? Where should I start? And getting advice from other people that have already been doing it for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say inspiration as well. Like, look at different, in the case of photography, anyway. Like, look at different professional photos, and like kind of what I do is I like kind of see it from a outside perspective, like not just from the camera lens, and like see how they got that shot, and kind of go from there, and then like try to experiment with different poses. I mean, you're not going to see the pose from the cameraman, but still, it's incorporated in that for sure. Uh, Different angles, like different kind of compositions, and go from there. But like, uh, yeah, definitely. I think like a big thing is just doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just going to be looking around like, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like, you're going to be stuck in my opinion, you're going to be stuck in trying to do it good at first, because nobody's good at starting, like whenever you're starting
Yeah.
out. So like just doing it and then trying it out a few, here and there, and then improving on what you had before, like just kind of one upping yourself. That's kind of
Yeah.
my advice there.
There's a saying going around in the art community right now where it's like, make it exist first, you can make it good later. And it's the idea
Exactly.
of just starting anywhere. It doesn't have to look good upon starting. And it may not look good for a long time, but you won't get it to look good until you start.
That's some really good
Great
advice.
advice.
Hello, friend. I hope you're enjoying the current video. We'd actually like to inform you that we do some other shows and content as well. We have a whole bunch of interviews from the Metaverse Degen podcast, which you can find over in the main YouTube channel or on Spotify. We also do a D&D actual play called Hold My L, which you can find on the same Metaverse Degen network channel as well as Spotify under Hold My L. If you're interested in either of those things, we create other shows and plan on making more in the future. If you want to check out our social media to find out when those new shows or other stuff we're doing is, feel free to go to metaversedegen.card.co. We have all of those links for you to watch. And we also have a Patreon over there as well, where we have been posting the pre-show content for Hold My L. So whenever like conversation or talk about things, maybe lore or whatever's going on, we post that over there as well. As well as we every once in a while pull stuff back from the vault from episodes long gone that are no longer on the channel. We'll post them every once in a while over there. Like for example, we have the old one where the first ever episode we pulled the Raptor on. But we'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to those who have supported us over at Patreon, such as Exotrix, Rosen, Aliquum, Future Oracle, and Forbidden Zero. Thank you all so much. You're amazing, and enjoy the rest of your video.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Oh.
it is.
So, have either of you been in a leadership position before, or is Creative Impressions kind of like your first go at running a group like this or of this size?
You want to explain that?
I mean, kind of. I mentioned before that we had been a part of a community that had fallen out prior to Creative Impressions. And I'm not gonna say the abbreviated name, but it was the Dimensional Postal Service. And we had gotten pretty far up in the leadership hierarchy, I guess you could say. And we were very passionate about that community, and it has a very special place in my heart still. But unfortunately, the community had fallen through, and it's been more than a year since that happened.
Yeah,
I
just
think.
about more than a year.
So that's kind of at least the extent of my leadership experience. I don't know about him though.
I mean, as far as VRChat goes, yeah, that's about the same thing with me with that community. I mean, I guess Discord. I guess, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would really count that. I don't. I about have the same answer as her, honestly.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions. One is, what is the Dimensional Postal Service? I've only seen passings of it, but I've never really interacted with it myself. So, and
yeah,
I'll start with that.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It used to be a community that was centered around lighthearted postal roleplay. So, it was very similar to other groups like LPD and whatnot, where the idea was you would roleplay as a postal worker with a little, like postal bag, and you would go into public instances and deliver mail to people. And then one of the other things we could do is make passports for people. So we would bring them back to the Homeworld, take their picture and everything, and like post it in our Discord and whatnot.
Oh,
That's different.
yeah. Oh,
Wow.
It was a lot
You
of fun
never
though. Like,
You never
it
did get
was
my glider, did
a ton
you?
of fun.
oh. Give a wood letter.
You didn't get it. The post office didn't deliver to our end of town. I told you it was bad.
So, may I ask what got you both into the Dimensional Postal Service then, and what was your experience with them like? If it's too much to ask, you can tell me now.
No, all good. That honestly, that's more of a him question than me. I kind of just followed him.
Huh.
Yeah, it was during the last VRCon. I can't remember what year it was. It was 2021. I can't remember, but I had seen their booth, and there was a guy there that was just like really like very passionate about the mail trucks that you see, like delivering your mail to your house and stuff. He was really passionate about it, and I was like, what is the guy on about? And so I sat there listening to him about the community and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, these guys are pretty cool. And I joined, I think it was like December of that year, and was it like a year later is when we were at the first PJKT, and she was checking it out and like hearing stuff from me about what's going on in the community and stuff like that. And that's whenever she joined around there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a lot of fun. The kind of learning experiences as well as with social anxiety kind of added to that. Kind of getting better with social anxiety, with meeting people in public instances and stuff like that, and just kind of like stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit. And yeah, it was a ton of fun.
Whoa. So I
What
like
about you?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, he kind of said it all for me. There was a lot of creative reasons as well for me that I got into it. And as for like the community itself, they had already had a big group of like people that were friends and were very.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
The VRChat gods have struck. They have made their decision.
Yes. Somebody's throwing rocks at the windows again. Oh, boy. Hopefully she comes back. And there she went.
For the
Right on
meantime,
cue.
I'll ask a question of you, if that's all right. What have been some of your
go ahead.
favorite I like asking this question of people who do like the public instance hopping. Like for example, the LPD, when we had them on, I asked them as well. What have been some of your favorite public interactions while role playing as a Dimensional Postal Service worker?
It's funny you say that, and like kind of what we're in right now. I remember we went to it was like what was it, like Sovereign's Homeworld or something like that, and there was a bunch of people in like the basement area, and we were going to go down there and kind of do our role play thing. But then there was a guy that was like, "Hey, you guys are part of the group," and we're like, "Yeah," and he's like, "You guys mind if we interview you?" And we're like, "Oh, sure." Yeah, sure, I guess. And we stayed there for I think it was like half an hour to an hour or something like that, just kind of talking. I don't really remember the questions that were asked to us, but it's kind of funny you mentioned that, seeing what we're doing right now. Yeah, that was definitely my favorite moment for sure. She's coming back, by the way.
She takes her mom away. Hope they're not upset, and all that. No, it happens. It happens.
Sorry,
Welcome
there was
back, young lady.
No warning to that. I just all of a sudden was gone.
So, it's all good.
Welcome,
VRChat, be
welcome
VRChat.
Yeah, welcome to VR. Don't trip over the line. You might fall. Yeah, it happens all the time.
So the question I asked him, I'll ask of you. What have been some of your favorite interactions while with the Dimensional Postal Service before we move back over to Creative Impressions?
Oh, there were a lot of very funny moments within like the public instances we would go to. It's been so long, I'm not sure I remember any specific examples anymore. Funnily enough, I actually didn't speak at all when I was in the Dimensional Postal Service. I stayed muted the whole time, so nobody had known my voice. So a lot of my role play came from my bodily actions and my expressions. And that came around for some very funny moments, trying for other people trying to interpret what I was trying to say with my body and stuff like that. But
okay. So
I wonder if she delivers mail in my house, because that's usually what happens when you talk to the postman here. You don't get nothing out of him. He doesn't. Here's your you go, what? And he just hands you your mail and off you go. And I go, well, I wonder what he said, because you ask him how he's in real life. I'm talking real life, not from you. Oh, okay, see you, sir. Wow, that was great. It just drives me nuts when you try to have a conversation with the mailman. Now, well, we got one mailman here. You have a conversation with him. They got a job to do, right? And he says his words so fast and quick on the run. And it's just nuts. It's weird, but I get a kick out of it, But back to them, sorry. I get a little off the wall, but yeah.
It's all good. So where are you expecting the group to go? Where are you trying to take the group Creative Impressions from here?
That's a good question, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, so far we've just been focusing on the moment, focusing on the people that already exist in our community and trying to make it a space dedicated to them and making it that safe space for them. But to try and think of like the future, I don't think I have a specific goal in mind other than to continue our uh, solid foundation, safe space community and really just try and bring more people in to meet new people and expand and whatnot.
Yeah, we're not really like, yeah, like you said, we're not really focused on the future kind of stuff. Like, if you're just gonna be doing your thing and continuing, like you said, on the good foundation, then like the people will come to you. You know what I mean? And um, I mean, we had like some things before that we wanted to plan on, but we just kind of put
Yeah.
those on the back burner, like the gallery event and stuff like that.
Yeah, I will say we definitely want to in the future. Like, it's kind of like a dream a little bit for us. If we're able to reach that that height, I guess. We would love to do a sort of PJKT inspired, like kind of artist alley convention gallery event, where artists can present themselves to try and sell themselves to get more clients and whatnot. But like I said, that's definitely a dream, something way far in the future.
Well, I would say you guys should shoot for it. If you guys want to do it, I'd say nothing should stop you from doing it. Same advice as you guys said before. Just start.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember.
I was just gonna say that
there was a similar group a group I saw that did it, but they did art for a very specific webcomic. But there was a little convention and they shut down recently. But I popped into the Worlds randomly and I was amazed. I went out purposely, reached out and wanted to see more about them. So if you guys want to do an artist alley kind of convention, I'd say shoot for it.
Yeah.
You have my support.
Go for it. Yeah, you got mine. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, so looking back after hearing some of your tales so far, did you expect the journey you've been on since you put on the plastic potato on the front of your face?
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not. I was just, putting on the headset after seeing a couple of funny videos on YouTube, like, oh, this is what's going on. And now I'm like dedicated to this community and like, still learning sign language and stuff like that and being with her and stuff. So it's definitely, I wasn't expecting this.
I got a question for both of you, and just come to mind because I had my.
The lady answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot.
All good. No, all I was gonna say was, my connection to VR started with him. It was mainly a source for us to connect and have a more physical piece in our relationship, but I never expected it to expand beyond that. And now we have so many friends and from so many different places, people that we never thought we would have met before. And now we've got our little community, and it's something that I like I said before, never would have expected out of this game.
Sometimes the best journeys come from one you don't expect. I enjoy asking that question after like learning a lot about someone's history, because it kind of, after like speaking what they've been through and then asking did you expect the journey, kind of forces a reflection looking back right after. So I enjoy asking the question. Thank you for answering, both of you.
Yes, and sorry for interrupting. What it's weird is when you get to my age, you try to remember blah blah blah. When you got something, you run with it, and my big mouth just doesn't shut down. So it's just one of those situations. The question is for both of you, since you've been in VR and everything else like this, once you come out of VR, have you ever talked to people outside of the headgear trying to, because I did it 2 days ago, a day ago when I had my eyes examined. I was talking about lenses and stuff like this, obviously, because you're in VR and I wear glasses and everything else like this, and they're talking to the person, blah, 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 can I get, and all that kind of crap. Explaining to VR to them and everything else, and they look at you, huh? And and then she goes, well, and she asked a few questions, and I explained it, and I go, well, if VR's great, and I go, do you have kids? She goes, yeah, obviously, because she had a ring, She goes, yeah, I've got kids, and she rattled off blah blah blah, and I go, well, and you explain, and she goes, I don't know if I'd ever want to send them that way, and I never really got into the situation. I go, have you ever tried a headgear? And she goes, yes, I've tried a Quest 2. And I go, did you? And she goes, I fell in love with it. But to hand it to my kids, I would not know. Now, see, there you go. And I go, oh, okay. So would you, in your situation, to get off from one point to another, is if somebody asks you, I hear that you're in VR and stuff like this, what's it like? And what would you give them to convince them to come this way? Easy way to say it. And man, I dragged that out like somebody chewing on a tennis shoe. Gee whiz.
I've sort of been in that kind of situation before with past coworkers. Like they've asked me, like, you play video games? I'm like, I kind of rattle off the games I normally play, and then I'm like, oh, I also play VR. And I remember one of them was like, do you play VRChat? And like my honestly, my heart dropped. I was like, oh, I hope I don't know you, because this will be awkward, But I was like,
that
yeah,
would
I
be.
do. It's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, he kind of had like this sort of weird look on his face, And I was like, I kind of know what you're thinking. Like you've seen these videos around on YouTube and stuff like that, and like kind of the I guess you could say like the bad side. Like, I don't want to call it the bad side, but like you've seen weird stuff, I'm sure. But then I would like explain that, this game has like helped me further my studying into like sign language and stuff, and like, meeting people from all over the world and like doing things that you wouldn't imagine you would be doing. And it's not just the stuff that you see, it's like there's a broader thing about it. And he kind of is like understanding, and like it's like, oh, okay, like that, doesn't sound too bad after you kind of explain that now. But yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I haven't had a lot of instances where I've had to explain it like he has, but I would definitely do something similar, I know VRChat kind of has like its own reputation online for the people that don't play it and whatnot. But I would absolutely tell them about the wonderful communities that have come from VRChat, not just the public instances that exist, because when I first started off, I had no idea of what VRChat was. Like, I kind of knew about Ugandan Knuckles here and there, but other than that, I had no knowledge of it. And seeing the wonderful communities that have come from it, and all the wonderful people, and all the people that are just passionate about creating and making friends and whatnot, it's such a nicer and more welcoming and warm part of the VRChat community, I think, and that's definitely something I would focus on.
Nice. better than I did, because after she asked the questions and everything else like this, and there were a few of them with VRChat and stuff like this, and I told them there's communities, there's things to do. Oh, it's a game inside of a game. You see so much and everything. She goes, that sounds interesting. And what blew my mind, she goes, what's the best headset out there? I go, what? Whoa. You don't get
Caught her
that.
interest.
Yeah, it caught her interest. And I go, well, mounts on your pocketbook and everything else like this. Your Quest 3 is probably your best for the lowest situation. And I go, the best one out there is the big screen Beyond 2 is your best. And she goes, okay, so what's so great about it? I go, do your kids? She had kids, and her kids were not even in the ballpark to even be on here and everything else like this. And I go, does your kids have an Xbox or something like that? You got a controller? That's the weight of it. She goes, wow, but you got to have a computer. And then she was asking other questions that I've never got from anybody to ask about headsets. That just threw me a curve. It's like throwing a ball in a window and going, I got to fix that before Dad gets home. My ass is grass. How do you explain what's what? Because, what I have, and it's everybody's got their own prerogative and stuff like this. and sitting there trying to talk to her while she's working on me, explaining this was off the wall. And I go, now I can understand, like with you folks and stuff like this, because nobody asks me that kind of questions. You're in VR, blah, 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 and you're going, yeah, no, it was glasses, but it's a doctor. You're going, wow, it's a different zone. So I can understand the feeling of situation, anxiety, and I don't get that. I just throw it out there like you're throwing change to the guy at the front for Christmas situation. It don't bother me none. Because I work with the public. But wow, when you got somebody like that, and I go, wow, I don't know how to answer this. Because I'm not technology found. I got this boy or other people to help me. No, not that. You got to push that, and I get it all screwed up. But and everything else like this, and they go, But you get frustrated and stuff like this. But how do you explain it to somebody that off the wall is curious? And videos are one thing, but a person's input is completely different. And I can see your points, and it's nuts. It really is nuts to try to. You're not trying to convince men and pull them in. You're just trying to be honest with them. And how do you do it and make it convincing enough to just maybe they'll just go try it on, and give it a shot. I'd love to throw my mom on a pair of these. Not to bring her into VR. She's 80 some years of age, but she wants to stand on. Always wanted to go to Nashville, Tennessee to stand on the Grand Ole Opry stage. You can. And she doesn't believe me. She downright won't believe me that you can do it. And I explain it to her, and she looks at me like a monkey doing a math problem. What? I don't understand. So you just give up. So, sorry about that. I got a little off the zone.
It's all good. So what keeps the both of you coming back to VRChat and your groups so far? After spending this much time in it, why do you return?
I mean, despite the community, it's definitely my partner and all of my friends, for sure.
Same here. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like it's mainly to be with her, and just kind of hanging out with friends, and got nothing else to do. You just go hang out.
Oh.
Now here's one I got from before we kick this one. Since you are a couple and everything else like this, knowing it's not really anybody's business, but when you said it does help and everything else from the distance, I've heard it a lot. I'm in a relationship, so is Lion. It seems it does quite a bit. How much does it really help?
Oh, I think a ton. Like,
okay,
it's just kind of like we've had moments where it's just like it felt. How do I explain this? Like the sort of like I guess the the presence, especially like when you have those moments when you're like kind of I guess immersed, like you have those moments where you feel their presence in front of you, and that kind of like gives you relief, I guess, in a sense. And it like kind of it just helps a lot with I guess I don't know the longing. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to replace like real life face to face and whatnot. And we've seen a couple. We've seen each other, I think, either 3 or 4
4 or
times. I
5.
can't remember.
Oh
Yeah.
well, you're okay.
I don't
you got
remember.
more walk than I do.
It doesn't matter. We've seen each other a number of times now, and the times in between being able to see each other, that I think VR helps close that distance for us a little bit more.
Absolutely.
It may not be, like I said, real life, but there's still a little bit more physical piece to it where, like we can sign to each other or run around with each other in different worlds, go and see things and go on dates in VR and whatnot. And that's a little bit more of a connection than just sitting in a Discord call looking at each other's profile pictures for the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
Going, did you change your hair in that picture? No, it's the same one last week. What's wrong with you?
Oh. Well, we'll ask you the last couple of questions before you start wrapping up. The first of which is, where'd you get your name from and why do you use it?
My story's a bit
Uh,
long, I think. Well, actually,
yeah,
not
mine's
really.
just it's just my favorite tree, the wisteria tree. I am
Oh.
very fond of all the purples and how beautifully it blooms. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I have a little like underscore between Wis and Terria because a lot of people call me Wis, but that's about it for me.
Oh.
Yeah, mine. I thought mine was going to be a little bit longer, but looking back on it, it's definitely not. It's as simple as my favorite movie of all time is Interstellar, and like how many times have I seen it? I've lost count already. Like
Well,
maybe
we've
30
definitely watched it
times.
like 5 times together alone. So
It was one of the
Hey, we're
first
bored.
movies
You
that
want to
we
watch
watched
that one
together.
again? Why not? Why not? I like it. Yeah, it's actually a good movie. I've seen it, yes. More than
It's
once,
incredible.
yes. It's a credible
Yeah, I
movie.
think that was our first
yes.
movie night, like kind of movie date that we had.
yeah,
I
it was
think
our
it was
first
the
movie
first. I was
date.
like, you have to watch this. If you're gonna know me, you have to watch this movie.
And every like few seconds, you were like, "Oh, here's a fun fact about this scene," or "Here's a fun fact." Like the one scene with when they're on the water planet, and there's the ticking of like that's like a day in Earth time or
Yeah.
whatever, or something like
Mhm.
that. And he like paused the movie for it too, and he's like, "Oh, did you know this? This is so cool."
Wow, look on the bright side. It comes with a popcorn movie and educational as you learn situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can't beat that every day of the week. Yeah, I try to go to a movie theater and get that without going, oh my God, this is going to suck. Why? I know what happens. No, you hate people that do that ruin it. You think that's what they're going to do in a movie. They're going to bombshell it right at you and end the movie. No, he's just giving you information that you didn't know, and you don't get that much in a movie. It'd be nice, but yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, back to you guys.
No, you're good. Yeah, I mean that's about it really with mine. I couldn't put Interstellar because that was obviously taken. I was like, I kind of went down the line with Backspace and landed on this. So
Oh. Well, thank you both very much for answering. Last
Yes.
question is the avatars you're in. Why did you choose it? Why do you use it? Is there anything about it that means anything to you?
No. I've gone through maybe like 10 different bases. I'm very indecisive. But this is a booth base, Mizuki, and I have long hair in real life. Um Definitely not this long, but pretty dang long. And it's one of my favorite features of myself, and I really like being able to have an avatar that also reflects that, and she really stood out to me with that.
Oh.
yeah, for me, I didn't wear male avatars like at all before, but I mean there was really not a lot of male avatars that I found appealing, I guess. And I mean, I don't know how long it took. 'Cause, I mean, we were both looking for something for me, and it took a while, but I finally landed on Kamano. It's another booth base, and yeah, just kind of sticking with this one. I mean, aside from all the other meme avatars that I use sometimes, but that's about it.
Oh. Well, thank you both very much for coming on. It was an absolute honor being able to meet and hear both of your
Yes.
tales. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you
thanks for
very
having us.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very nice meeting you guys.
Oh, now if anyone in the audience wishes to reach out and find you, where would they go?
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, our
Do we have
Discord
the?
server, our Discord invite is discord.gg/ciart.
Yes, that's the same for our VRChat group as well, CI Art.
Oh, ciart.8741. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, alrighty. Well, thank you both very much. We'll be sure to have that in the description for you, the audience, to find. If you're on YouTube, it'll be in the episode description. Spotify will be in the episode description as well. Same place, same level on both. With that being said, we'll hand it off to Raptor here to close it out. Raptor, would you do the
after
thing?
my phone. Yeah, after my phone quits ringing in the background. No matter what, folks. The couch looks funny, but he's got it over there. No big deal. No matter what, folks, what you're doing and what you do inside VR, when you're meeting people of all different types, different languages and different forms and understanding here, there, and everywhere. The day that you decide to go, this is where I want to be and how you can be, think about who you are and what you can be, because you can do anything you want. And guess what? Me and Line are doing it. They're doing it, and you can do it too. Have a good one, folks, and have fun. Bye. I wonder if you can ride the train and go inside the fucking over there. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. How big that wall is.
Goes in there and goes around. Why? And it goes around.
Oh, it does. Holy shit.
Fuck yeah, it goes fucking around. I don't know where it goes. Like I said, I just got here. I don't know where everything is.
Huh.
We'll have to check this place out.
Definitely. We're going to have to.
There's another one. There's another one I got to show you that it's called the, yeah, hold on. Another one is called the Cozy Woods. That one's cool.
Oh, okay. We're definitely going to check that out too. There's a bunch we're going to have to check out.
Yeah, there's some new ones in.